On this video, signed stuff. Ahoy everybody, and welcome to this edition of Martin's Merch, where I'll be showing you some of the signed stuff I've received recently. So we will start off with a couple of musicals related items, first of which is a signed copy of Unmasked, the autobiography of Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. You can see, big thick book. I've got that upside down, that doesn't help. Big thick book in a slipcase. This was via an official web store they set up. That's the inside. Although it is big thick book, it's thick cardstock as well, so it's only actually, oh wow, just under 500 pages, the actual book, including photos. But yeah, as I say, this was via his official web store they set up. I bought it as a bundle with the 4 CD Ultimate Platinum, Unmasked, the Platinum Collection, which is all sorts of stuff from his shows, which I've listened to and is very good. Plenty of stuff from Jesus Christ Superstar, which is one of my favourite musicals. But yeah, this is the signed copy of the book. And there's a signature. Next up is the debut album by Star of Musicals. She also is a prominent YouTuber and an author, and that is Carrie Hope Fletcher. That's When the Curtain Falls, which is, as I say, her debut CD. This is a limited edition special version that you could pre-order from her website. It's no longer available. As you can see, she signed it. It's a good album. Production's not magnificent. It sounds a bit, for me, it sounds a bit, it's basically songs from musicals, and it's not quite full enough for me. Is I think how I want to put it. Her voice is amazing. She's very talented, and it's a nice selection of songs. There's some Disney stuff from Anastasia, and Let It Go from Frozen, and from Hercules, and stuff from 13, a musical, Hamilton, Amelie, Les Mis, which she's appeared in. Natasha PM, A Great Comet of 1812, which I've never heard of. Porgy and Bess, Smash, Little Shop of Horrors, which is a favourite of mine, and Waitress. But yeah, as I say, good CD, just for production for me could have been a bit, I'll say, fuller. But yes, pleased to have that because she's a favourite of mine. Then next I went to see the band Sleeper, Britpop band, recently reformed, just done my first tour since they reunited. I went to see them in Bournemouth a few weeks ago, and as I went in on their merch stall, it was, if you buy anything you get a free poster. I was umming and ahhing about whether to wait until after the show to pick something up, but I didn't want to risk them running out of the posters because they were limited specific to that venue, so they only had a certain number. So I bought a t-shirt and got my free poster, and the only option I had was to roll it up and put it in my pocket and sort of stuff it up my shirt and hope it didn't get too bashed. It did get quite bashed, especially as I was near the front, and it turned into a bit of a mosh pit at the end of the gig, which is why I'm not showing it to you now. I've managed to flatten it out and it's stored away, but what I should do is put a picture of it up now. So yeah, that's signed poster, signed by the 4 main band members. That's 3 of the original members, Louise, John and brain's gone dead, Andy, plus the new bass player whose name I'm not going to remember. Yeah, pleased to have that. Then next up is another poster, which I can show you. It's one of my favourite people on the planet is the amazing PJ Harvey. So talented. Been a fan ever since mid-90s. The first stuff of her I actually picked up was her sort of 2.5 album, which was the 4-track demos, which was actually a CD of demos of tracks that were intended for her second album, some of which were on it, some of which weren't. I then went back and picked up her first and second albums, and I've bought all her albums since. She's won the Mercury Music Prize twice. She's absolutely amazing. On our Facebook page a short while ago, a post appeared saying they were having a rare merchandise sale on her website. So I headed over, and apart from noticing that some of the stuff I have is worth a hell of a lot of money nowadays, there's a signed, no, not signed, ignore the word signed, there's a picture disc, 7-inch picture disc with a poster that I bought for 99p back in 1995, 6, around then, 5 I think, and they're selling it for £100, which is very nice. But it had been selling some signed albums even, and quite a few signed posters. By the time I'd logged on, there was only one signed poster left, which was the poster for her most recent tour. But it's very nice. It's got a full name signature on it, which in the early days she used to just sign PJ Harvey, but this is signed Polly Jean Harvey. And when I went back after I'd actually purchased it, I'd managed to nab the last one. So I'm really thrilled to have this. It's a big poster, so I'm going to stand up and show you this. So that's the poster in its entirety, and there you can see Polly Jean Harvey. Yeah, really pleased to have that. Then another music related one is the new album by the magnificent Manic Street Preachers. I've been fortunate enough to be able to nab most of their recent albums and reissues signed. They've always do a limited number of signed special editions that they sell on their website. The only one I didn't manage to get is Send Away the Tigers, but otherwise I've got everything from possibly the last Greatest Hits collection, the singles collection onwards. Might have even been one before that, but yeah, I've got quite a few signed albums by them now. But the new one, Resistance is Futile, which is a very good album. I've seen this posted on Facebook groups, signed in various different colours, silver, a mixture of silver and gold, but I was fortunate enough, because I think it looks best, to receive one signed entirely in gold, and here it is. So we've got James Dean Bradfield, Nicky Wire and Sean Moore. But yeah, very good album. Nice little book in respect. It's got CD front and back. That's the album. The second CD is mostly demos of every track, plus a couple of extra tracks. But yes, nice little book with all the lyrics and artwork, pictures of a band and other related stuff designed by Nicky Wire. But yeah, highly recommend the album. And finally for today, Forbidden Planet had a signing. The Target range of Doctor Who books has been relaunched for the new series. By new series I mean for 2005 onwards series. For those of you who don't know, the Targets were basically novelisations of TV stories, often written by the people who had written the original stories for TV. As I say, they've relaunched it, and they had a signing in Forbidden Planet, and they had Russell T Davies, who was the showrunner from the start of the reboot for the first 4 seasons, plus some specials, and then it was taken over by Stephen Moffat, who then ran it until end of this year or end of 2017, and Chris Chibnall will be running it from now on. But they've Russell T Davies wrote a novelisation of his first story, Rose, where we were introduced to Christopher Eccleston's Doctor and Billie Piper as Rose. And as I say, they had a signing, and I managed to pre-order signed copies of the books. They had some of the other authors at the signing, but I only was interested in Russell and Stephen. So that's Rose by Russell T Davies, and signed, RTD. And then Stephen's written a novelisation of The Day of the Doctor, which was the 50th anniversary special, where we had 10, 11 and the War Doctor, so that's David Tennant, Matt Smith and Sir John Hurt. That's the cover to that one. And Stephen Moffat's signature. So yeah, that's my recent signed acquisitions. Like this video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.